What's going on, guys? Fuzzy here. Welcome to a best graphic settings on ARK Survival Evolved. It has been a year and a half since I last did a graphic settings on ARK Survival Evolved, and a lot of things have changed, and a lot of graphics intensity has changed on the game, and there's updates, there's everything in a whole year and a half. And also, because of the good response of 52,000 people watched the video, and I got over 264 likes and over 100 comments, which is really appreciative of me, what the hell am I on about? But I really appreciate all the support, guys, and I've had a lot of comments saying what I should not do and what I should do, and I've had a lot of comments saying thank you, it's really helped me, and people put their specs, etc. If you want to go check that one out, that one's in the description. I don't know why you would if you come over here to look at new settings, but if you've watched the old one and you've come back to have a look at the new one, you can see quite a bit has changed, and we're going to change a few things as well while going through this. I've been playing ARK for quite a while now, and I've understood a lot of things. For frames per second, it's not all about just quality of the game, but all these settings I've got here make the game look amazing and make the game run really smooth. Now, I run roughly about 100 frames per second on Ragnarok, and some other maps as well, like Extinction. I run about 70 frames, and then when you get into the city, you do run a bit lower on 60, 65. But you can obviously change the settings to your preferences for each map you're on. So this is just going to be a general graphic settings video for you guys who watched the old one and have come back. And plus, this is 2019 updated, halfway through 2019. So I just want to give you guys a new insight and a new look into the graphic settings of ARK Survival Evolved 2019. Right, so let's start off with audio. It's your choice, isn't it? I normally have mine low because I don't like to see it. Music off, obviously. Sound effects, have that up if you're playing competitively. I say competitively, but if you like raid and if you want to hear people, I just play for fun. We go down to the actual settings of the video, and what you want to do is you want to set your screen to whichever you prefer. So I've got mine 1920 by 1080. You guys can have 4K, or if you've got 1440p, have 1440. It's obviously your preference. I've got mine on 1080 instead of 4K because I prefer 1080 because of the frames, but 4K just is a bit too intense for me and strenuous on the computer. I play in Windows full screen. You guys want to change Windows? Yeah, you guys want to change this just to full screen. If you are recording, if you are a streamer, then have this windowed full screen, so then you can go onto other monitors if you've got more than one monitor, and then go over, click your stream, or interact with people, go onto different servers, etc. That's what I do. You want to put graphics quality to custom, put your resolution scale all the way to the furthest it goes to the right, so it's literally running out in 1080p or 4K or whatever you're going on. With world tire buffers, we put in high here. I think my old ones, I had most of these epic because the game was not new, but it was fairly standard there. But obviously a lot of things have changed since. You want to put view distance on high to epic. Epic makes you see things far away, but to be honest, if you're on a low to medium build, I'd literally go for high. It doesn't matter what build you got, just go high. Anti-aliasing, you want to put this on high also. You can go down if you have a lower computer. I recommend if you're going to go down to only go down to medium, don't go onto one. Post-processing, you want this on high. Even epic, to be honest. If you guys can run epic, go ahead with that, but I don't recommend going below high, even if you've got the low computers. General shadows. Now, I'm a person who hates shadows, so it's obviously personal preference. I have mine on medium, and I know that a lot of frames do drop from this. So if you go up to high, look for about a 10 to 15 frames decrease in frames per second. If you go medium, you'll probably get a little up gain if you've been on high for a while, of about 5 to 10 frames per second. Terrain shadows, I've got mine on epic. Now this just makes the game look a whole lot better if you have terrain shadows on. General shadows are crap. It's just like obviously trees and your your character. Terrain shadows is more of like the background, the hills, the cliff sides and stuff. You'll see a lot more of that shadows when you go around there, so put that on. And also textures, you do look at things close up quite a lot in this game, so I do recommend having this on epic. If not, put it on high. I recommend either way, epic or high. I wouldn't go below because the game just looks shoddy and disgusting. Sky quality, now this really doesn't matter. It does look really bad. It looks like 2D if you go down here. If you go up to 3D, it just makes the game look more realistic. But if you guys want to save quite a few frames, put it into the middle, and then I have mine high because I can use that. Ground cluttered density, now this is more to do with obviously what you're putting on the floor and textures and grass, etc. Same with clutter distance. I have mine on really high, which in theory I shouldn't have. I should have it quite far down to run better. So you guys put yours about 3/4 to half. That's about halfway, near enough. But it's obviously up to you. Mesh level of detail, I'd put this, I'd leave this where it is on default. I don't really mesh with that, but and then we're going to get into the ones that we tick and untick. So high quality astronomical, I can't say that word. Anisotropic. There we go. Anisotropic. Do you know what? Forget it. We're going to tick that. Motion blur on the game. To be honest, I don't even know why that's on. Turn that off. Film grain, I would have that off as well. That just makes things look weird. Distance field, ambient occlusion. Take this off, yeah, because it is, as you can tell, expensive. I have mine on because obviously I like it. But if you guys, if you've got 1070 or below, I'd say put this off. Or if you've got a 1080 above, I'd have it on. So I'm going to have mine on. Screen space ambient occlusion, have that on. Don't even think about changing that off. Dynamic tessellation, these are really big words. I'm very like 2 IQ. Dynamic tessellation requires a restart obviously, but we have that off anyway. Distant field shadowing, have that on. High quality materials, now definitely have this on, because honestly you look at some of the materials you drop and some of the materials that are on, obviously the glasses or the metal, it just looks completely weird as hell. It looks like you've just smushed a bit of metal together and it looks like that, but that makes it look all nice and beautiful. Subsurface scattering, tick that as well. High quality visual effects, put that on. Simple distance character movement, put that off. High quality LODs, whatever that means, I've just got it on, I don't even know what that is. Extra level in stream distance, honestly this take it off. That you don't really need that. That just doesn't really decrease or increase your frames per second, but you get what I mean. Color grading, you want that on. Light bloom, you want that on. Light shaft, you want that on, and leave low quality level streaming off. Also up here, UI general scale, it's up to you how big you want your UI when it pops up, and UI item slot scale, I'd have that quite small so you can see, or even big if you can't see. And then camera, leave all that as it is, and that is it. That is literally it. This should really increase the frames per second on your game and also make it look really, really nice. And I will be linking the old video into the description so you guys can see. And if that's all, that's all. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next graphic settings video, which hopefully will be soon. Peace out, guys.